Okay, so let's get chatting then with our next two technical experts as well, Sandeep Wagle of APTARTINDIA.com as well as Shubham Agarwal, Senior Technical Analyst at Motilal Oswal, are right here with us. Gentlemen, morning and thanks very much for joining in. Sandeep, I'd like to start with you. Yesterday's second day on a trot was when we saw heavy selling pressure for the frontliners and for the Nifty. For the day ahead, what are the levels on the downside and upside you'd watch for?
Good morning. I think on the downside 58.60 to 58.80 is quite possible. Whether it comes in a day or whether it takes a couple of days is the question. But I would say that 59.20, 59.30 is a support level from where the Nifty can bounce back. A bounce back of 40-50 points doesn't look beyond that. So 59.60, 59.80, I am comfortable going short for a target of 58.60, 58.50. So I would play broadly in the range over the next few days, 58.50, 60 on the downside and 59.50, 59.60. This 100-point range is where I see the Nifty moving in over the next couple of trading sessions.
All right, so that's a call on Nifty from Sandeep Wagle. Shubham, would like to know your thoughts as well on the Nifty range that you are mapping for today's session.
If you talk about the range of Nifty, then I feel that 5900 to 6250 should be a band for Nifty where we might see consolidation for coming days. If you look at the level of 5900, that is coinciding with some short-term pattern as well as a Fibonacci series, which is indicating us that that's a good support area to watch on the downside. So unless that level is taken out, we continue to believe that the odds are in favor of an oscillation, and we might see Nifty moving sideways in this band of 5900 to 6250. Only in the case that Nifty sees a breach below 5900 on a closing basis, we would believe that another downside of another 200 point would get open, and we might be looking for a target of 5700.
Okay, those are the downside technical levels on the Nifty. But if we just analyze the sectors, that were driving the markets lower. Sandeep, yesterday you had the energy index. That was the biggest loser, down about by 2%. Any big movers that you're spotting here? Any trade that you think we can take?
Well, yes, yesterday we had a sell in Reliance which did go down by 2.5-3%, and it is still looking set to go down further. Today I think ONGC has given that kind of a setup, where if it breaks 315 and stays below that, I won't be surprised if it goes down to 300 or 295. So I would look at ONGC giving a move maybe today starting over the next couple of trading sessions, and I sense ONGC can go below 300.
Okay, and Sandeep, on the upside, it was Media Pack that managed to hold up in trade. Are there any particular stocks that you like?
Well, these are all trading bounces if one wants to take them. I would not recommend them for investors because the long-term pattern is still not very clear. Early signs of bottoming out. But yes, if you ask me for a stock recommendation for a trader with a say week to 2 time horizon and a 5 to 7 to 8% upside, NDTV looks good. Price and volume built up, and at a level of 90, I see NDTV going nearer 100, 102 and can be bought at the current level.
Shubham, what about auto stocks? The May sales numbers have been disappointing. So you had the reaction coming in yesterday as well. What would you do now?
Yeah, talking about the overall CNX Auto Index, if you look at CNX Auto, that has been outperforming Nifty for almost 2.5 years now. So there's no point to believe that we might see any underperformance coming in from that sector. If we have a medium term to long term perspective, I feel that auto and banking, these are the two sectors that should continue with the overall Nifty momentum. And having said that, Nifty might see a temporary pullback within the range. We believe that auto stocks will be one of them to participate on the upside. Now, if you look at most of the auto stocks like M&M, Maruti, Tata Motors, everything is broken out on the medium term chart. We might see a temporary pullback of say 5 to 7%, but that does not change the long term trend for these auto stocks, and we continue to believe that we might see another 15 to 20% upside in these auto stocks. So I feel that this temporary pullback which is taking place in the market should be used as a buying opportunity, and we can look for buying auto stocks on a temporary decline.
Okay, and Shubham, what's your call on ITC as well as Reliance?
Talking about ITC, if you look at the stock on the short-term chart, there has been multiple evidence of a bearish pattern getting formed. Recently, we saw some bearish engulfing pattern getting formed around the level of 350. So on a short-term basis, I believe that ITC might not be able to surpass that level of 350 or 355, and a temporary correction is something that is due. But that does not change the long-term trend, which is clearly on the upside. But yes, if someone has to look at accumulating ITC, I would recommend a wait, and maybe we get a level of around 305 to 310, and that would be a good level to enter ITC. Talking about Reliance, this stock has been a laggard for last couple of years, and there is no such evidence which would indicate us that the stock should move higher now. So our view continues to remain same, that we might see a sideways momentum happening in Reliance Industries. The key support area to watch for the stock is placed at 750. If that level is taken out, then I think we'll have some more incremental downside to be seen on Reliance. So Reliance is a stock which is a very clear avoid. We should look for another stocks within the sector. I think ONGC will be one of the name which would be preferred from the energy space.
And Sandeep, what are the trades that you would be recommending right now?
I would go with a sell in Tech Mahindra, stop loss of 958, target of 900. I would go with a sell in ONGC, we just discussed, stop loss of 325, target of 298. I would go with a sell in Bajaj Auto, stop loss of 1790.30, target 1680. And I would, these are the three short trades I would go with.
Okay, and Shubham, what about you? Two trading ideas from you as well?
My top two trading pick would be a sell on Kane India. Now, if you talk about that stock, if you look at the relative strength of Kane India, the stock has been an underperformer, and even when the energy space was seeing a pullback, we did not see Kane India participating with that. Now, given that the sentiments have turned negative and an oscillation is very much likely, I feel that Kane India, which is already broken out on the short-term chart towards the south, should accelerate on the downside, and we are expecting a target closer to 255 for the stock. So I think it's a good level to sell Kane India with a stop loss placed at 295, and we can look for a target of 255 on that. The second pick would be a buy on Idea. If you talk about that stock, it has been a secular up move for last couple of months, and we believe that this up move should halt at a level of around 160. So still from the current level, if you talk about the upside, it's ample, and we might see the stock heading further higher once the sentiments turns to get positive on the overall telecom space. So I recommend a buy on Idea with a stop loss placed at 120, and on the upside we can look for a target closer to 160 rupees.
All right, Shubham and Sandeep, we'd wrap it up on that note. Thanks very much, gentlemen, for joining in this morning with your recommendations. And well, let's talk about some of the stocks in news as well that you should be tracking in the day ahead. And Navneet's here with a list of those. Navneet.
Morning, Megha. Keep an eye.